My Judah, I represent the Lions Den slash FOPE. That's the camp that I'm with.
Right.
But this debate is just, when I come in here, it's really just Lions Den. Now, Egypt, famous for its pyramids in the Nile River, and it's a world power in biblical history. Under the shadow, the nation of Israel was formed. Moses penned the first 5 books of the Bible, was born and educated in Egypt. You see, how can this be an anti-Hamitic book when it shows that we learn from one of the greatest world powers that this earth has ever seen? All right, let's go to business enterprises, everybody. Jeremiah, who wrote the two books of Kings, gave specific details regarding Solomon's trades in horses and chariots with the Egyptians and the Hittites. See, we're already mingling with these people that he say that we're supposed to be against. So if the Bible is an anti-Hamitic book, why would we be doing trade and commerce with them? All right, let's go to 1 Kings 10 and 29. Hey, can you turn it up a little bit? They're saying that they can't hear me. All right, now, let's go to 1 Kings 10 and 29. Now, a chariot came up and went out of Egypt, 600 shekels of silver, and a horse for 150. And so for all the kings of the Hittites and for the kings of Syria did they bring them out of their means. This don't sound like a hate relationship according to the book. Now, archaeology, we can go to William F. Albright. That's the author, right? All right? William F. Albright, Archaeology and the Religion of Israel. The Greek historian Herodotus and archaeological finding both confirmed that a lively trade in horses and chariots was carried on during the reign of Solomon. In fact, a standard exchange rate rate of 4 horses for 1 Egyptian chariot was established. The book states corroborating the figures given in the Bible. How about Joseph showed a sign of respect for Pharaoh by shaving in Genesis 41 and 14. So Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and they brought him quickly from the prison. He shaved and changed his clothes and went into Pharaoh. Why did he shave? He was to conform with Egyptian customs and etiquette, which considered facial hair to be a sign of uncleanliness. Let's examine the Babylonians. In Genesis 10, verse 6 through 12. And the sons of Ham and Cush and Mizraim and Phut and Canaan. And Cush begot Nimrod, and he begot a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of the kingdom was Babel. Hey, my name is Jeremiah Judah. I represent the Lions Den slash FOPE. That's the camp that I'm with.
Right.
But this debate is just, when I come in here, it's really,
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rekha HaQuadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Also, sincere shalom to you, Akim. Shalom to you, elders, and you, Akim, and you few sisters, and you followers that follow the truth. And let me also say shalom to the elect, fellow laborers. Okay, I want to go in this video here I ran across. Is this more confusion? But we have to expose it so you won't get caught in the snare and the trap. Okay, so you have this group FOPE, FOPE, okay, who have now indoctrinated Kemet, okay, into their doctrine. They've indoctrinated Kemet into their philosophy. Let's say that. And then you have this guy Jeremiah Judah, which he calls himself JJ 7000, who also indoctrinates Kemet. And the Kemites that you see following Kemet today, or Chem, or Ham, or whatever you want to call it, Chem, they don't believe in the Bible, right? They don't believe in the Bible. So I don't know how that works. But you also have, these guys, this guy calls himself the Lion's Den, and they are conformed they have many doctrines entangled together, right? And then they all come together. So this guy, Jeremiah Judah, is with Fopia, F-O-P-E, Elder Quanath, and they've all managed to come together, and they're kind of all linked with Sanetta, the black conscious community, if you could believe that. So now you can see how the Israelite thing is. These guys are coming in and they're watering it down, and it's becoming something totally different. But us at Great Millstone, we're going to keep this thing solid. Like the old song, Ashford and Simpson, solid as a rock. Okay? That's an old song. Anyway, I'm going to go into this lesson real quick and show you. We're going to go from the beginning. I did hear Captain Tazariak a little bit of what he's saying, which was on point. Captain Tazariak obviously is a veteran in the truth, and he's a captain of ISUBK for a reason, although he goes off. But when it comes to debating these guys like this, okay, he's on point, right? So the captain did go into, just because Joseph which Joseph is the one that helped make Egypt great. It was the Israelites that did. That's why they were there. So and just because they're a heathen nation doesn't mean that they were just there as not working with us. Hell, we have to have somebody to work with. We're the heads of the earth. And when you fast forward to today, who made America great? Was it the Israelites? Who's making America great today? Through the entertainment, through the media source, and even through the philosophies of what we know. Greatest scientists, greatest doctors, and even though some of them may look white, a lot of them are Israelites. Even though the Most High gave this man the knowledge, at the end of the day, we're still here. We're helping make Egypt great here. Does it still mean that this man is not going to catch hell for what he's done? Not at all. So anyway, let's go back into the beginning. Let's go to Genesis 9:20. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine and was drunken. And he was uncovered within his tent, meaning nakedness. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders. Now when you go into the story, you will see it wasn't Ham, but it was Canaan, his son. It says Ham, the father of Canaan, who actually got the curse. But when you look into the story, it was Shem and Japheth who took the garment, right? It was Ham that discovered it, but it was Shem and Japheth that took the garment. That was going into the way this thing was going to be played out, okay? And laid it upon both their shoulders, which meaning when the father of Noah didn't have the garments on, they saw the nakedness. This is why Isaiah 47:1 says, "Thy nakedness shall be revealed," right? Because that was a wicked thing, and this is what we'll say this man that runs the society today, along with the other nations, as we go into the story of Lazarus, who has licked the wounds of the Israelites and caused them pain. Goes on to say, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, right? Meaning they never even looked at him. But Ham did. Canaan did, right? But the curse was to Canaan. And they saw not their father's nakedness. And who was that they? That was Shem and Japheth. So let's go to the definition of the Zondervan, right? of Ham. It says Ham, perhaps hot. It says the youngest son of Noah, right? It says the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood. What did we just read? What did we just read back in Genesis 9? Okay? It says here, right here it says, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from a wine and knew his younger son had done unto him. So he was blaming Ham, obviously. Or he was connecting Ham's son Canaan with Ham, all right? And he said, cursed be Canaan, the servants shall be unto his brethren, right? Let me go on. So it goes on to say, 96 years before the flood, he said the youngest son of Noah, Ham, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. And now you have these you have these Kemites who will come and say, well, this man was just being racist. That's why he said not the Negroes, right? To try to include us into this whole Hamitic nation. It says, but the Egyptians. So if he was racist, it still doesn't make any sense. It's still showing that all these other nations are so-called black. Well, you're going to be racist from one black people to the other black people? You know, when you really, and it's not really about skin color. So, but in the term they're speaking today, that is racist. So I don't get that. But it says, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. Okay? It goes on to go into Genesis and go into the scripture. So the Negroes and the Egyptians and the Ethiopians are not the same people. Although now our people are scattered amongst them and have been scattered amongst them. So this is why it's all about the spirit at this point. Matthew 22:32, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living, right? So he considers the Israelites of the living. So I just wanted to touch on that. I didn't really want to go too much on this. I just thought that these guys of Fopi and Lion's Den, they're now, the scripture says, I believe Amos 3:3, can two walk together lest they be agreed. The Kemites, which is all linked into Sayonetta and their whole platform, they don't even believe in the Bible, right? And you have this guy, Jeremiah Judah, who believes in the Bible. You have Fopi who believes in the Bible, but yet they're indoctrinating Kemet. When all these guys are really Israelites, so I don't understand why all these guys don't fly over to Africa, set up a spot in Sudan, right? Get the lip plate, get the attire, practice the customs, and the guys that's the Hebrew Israelites, Fopi and Jeremiah Judah, we didn't follow these customs. And when we did, guess what happened? The Lord punished us. So no, Egypt was set up as a great empire, and if the Lord was dealing with Egypt, Egypt would still be great. So the Lord is not dealing with Egypt. Egypt was destroyed. Empires are made to be destroyed. Kings are lifted up to be destroyed. Kings are lifted up to put the children of Israel in slavery. So if you say that Egypt is great and the Egyptians were so great and they were powerful, great people, then you got to say about this man that runs this world. Because he's lifted up. He's powerful. He's got a great army. He's got it going on, so to speak. He's got the riches of the world. So the Lord's dealing with them too? The Lord's dealing with this man that runs this world? You guys are out of your damn mind. Pharaoh was lifted up, as a point of a punishment for us, just like when the first came out, Esau, it's the same thing, man. You know? That's all I have on that. Shalom.